Hi, me, Brad, and today I'm going to show you a little bit about the Fractal program Mandelbulber. You can find it at mandelbulber.com. You can go to the website. It has a little bit about gallery, download, documentation. Has the form goes to the link at Fractal Forum, and the way you download it is you click on download. Click on Download Installer. It'll bring you to the source codes page. And then, depending on which OS you have, Mac or Windows, and I know you can also run it on Linux. Which I would assume it's the multi-platform here for Linux. For me, I would click this. Then you would click on the very first one. The current version is 2.08-3. You can either do a standalone or run a setup. I think normally I click the setup. Once you open it, I already have it open. This is not the default layout. I have tweaked the setup for my preferences, but the basics should still be the same. What I like to do when I first start it up is up here. I select auto refresh. I click that. And it has the default Mandelbulber that you can navigate around. The way you do some simple navigating is you'll see the square, and it actually goes by the depth of how far away it is. Click on something, it will zoom into that. Again, I'm left clicking. To zoom out, you right click. Then I'm going to reset my view here. If you left click, again, you can move it around. And then you can also use these controls over here on the right hand side. This zooms in and zooms out. This moves the view left, right, up, and down. Then these controls down here rotate the camera, rotate left, rotate right, up, which that is making it actually go down, and then if you look down, it's moving the camera up so it is facing up. So depending on which way you are viewing it, it will react differently. Also, what I like to do is here, hold on. I select this zoom and fit to window. What that does is no matter how big my window is, it is scaled to fit. Then you can show the cursor or not. And here is, you can control what happens when you use the mouse. You can look through these settings. You can have some place some lights, place depth of field, place fog, and depending on some other settings that you use, they will show up here. And also, you can, since we have this auto refresh, it's automatically rendering. If you didn't have that, if we changed a setting, we would have to hit render in order to see it. So since we have auto refresh on, as we change it, it automatically updates. And again, if it's rendering and you want to stop, hit stop. You can also do a undo and redo. I'm just going to reset my view here. And then up here in the top left corner, it comes with some quick examples that you can go through. Just double click on them. They open right up. And since we have our auto refresh on, it updates automatically. Then if you go to File, you can load example. There are quite a few examples here that you can open to try out. This folder here, Christoph Zach, hopefully I said that name correctly, is the main developer for Mandelbulber. You can go through some of the other choices. And if you just pick something here, you'll see how this box gets bigger and smaller. It's trying to calculate how far or how close something is. And then some of the tabs down here, there's a materials tab, which you can also edit here. A lot of the same information that is here can be found over here on the left-hand side. I'm not going to go into a lot of this, but oh, if you notice, while you move around, you get these pop-ups, and every little pop-up helps or will tell you what that setting can do, depending on whatever you hover over. So if you are not sure of what a function does, the pop-ups can really help you. Here, if you just randomize colors, and basically what that's doing is just changing the gradient that we're using. I'm actually going to go back to one of these defaults. You can go through all the settings here under material to experiment with them. I will probably be doing more tutorials in the future, and I will go more in depth into this. The next tab down here is the Fractal tab. The way you load formulas, click on it, you'll get a list here. This list has grown extensively this year. They have added a great many new transforms to for us to play with. Then if you just want to make some changes to the fractal, the sliders, it has some built-in. I don't know what happened there. because this is where the fun tweaking can go in. The global parameters, I am not exactly sure how they work, so I will skip over that. If you want to add more than one variation or formula, you need to click Enable Hybrid Fractals. If you come back up here to the Formulas tab, you can add something else to it. And then again, just go along, just basically start playing with the settings. Something doesn't go good like that there. I basically just tweak by trial and error until I get something I like. You can always try something else. And then of course, if all else fails, you just start a brand new one. And something else pretty cool is you can add primitive objects. I clicked on the sphere here. That's a big sphere. You will see here a set position of the sphere by mouse pointer. If you click on that, you can change where the sphere is. Gosh, that's a lot big sphere. I'm going to just shrink it down. Well, I'm having difficulty with that, but if you get something you don't like, you can just delete it. It has a few shapes here that you can play with. One cool one I like is adding water. And then you can also give the water its own material setting. I'm going to jump over here to the image adjustments. Normally when I'm just playing around or exploring, depending on how big the image is here in this window, will depend on how fast it renders. And if you notice, down here, every time you make a change, it automatically renders it. And as you see, it renders it quite fast. Right now, I am at 800 by 600. But if I click on here, that means that it'll render it even quicker because it's a smaller image. But with it being a smaller resolution, you will lose detail. So it's kind of a give and take while you're playing along. Just keep a small image size. Then, but for better quality, you would want to render something at least at my preference is 1920 by 1080 for final renders. But of course, you can go as high as you want. You can also adjust the brightness, contrast, and some color controls here. Oh, something else I forgot to mention. Let's go back to the Fractal tab here. Also, with the sliders, if you click in the box, move the mouse wheel up and down, you can also change the settings that way, and also by clicking on the window or on the arrow. The next Effects tab, it has 4 tabs here: Ray Tracing, Volume Edit, Lights and Fog. Here you can change the background image if you want, or the background colors, and lights. One of my favorite things to do is a randomized light option. If I click that, and here, place random light center by mouse. You'll see it will add some lights, and then you can also control the randomization of the colors of them if you want. Now, since I clicked on that, and now if I want to move around the Fractal again, I need to click here and move the camera. If I zoom in, you can see if you zoom into it, the lights are. And especially if you get in a really dark area of a fractal, that's a quick and easy way of getting some light where you need it. And here is the rendering engine. Unfortunately, I have not messed around with many of these settings. I'm still trying to learn myself, so you have to play around with it some yourself. I do know that if you are on a network, you can actually run multiple instances or render it on a network. So, like here, I am just assuming here that this would act as a server, and then you could connect clients to it to help speed up rendering, like if you're rendering a big animation. And another thing here is, this window here is the animation window. I'm not going to get into animation on this tutorial. Again, I'm just trying to do some of the basics. So, basically once you get something that you like, you come up here to Image. Then it has a few ways you can save it as a image: JPEG, PNG, 16-bit PNG, alpha PNG, and TIFF. Let's go. Let me look at these documents real quick. Of course, you can also save your settings. If you want to share your settings, you can save settings to clipboard. So that's on my clipboard now. You go to a notepad or any place, you can paste them. That is how you share settings. So I copy this. Let's make a change. And if I click on Load Settings from clipboard, that's the same settings I had before. And also, if you have them saved on your computer, you can also save them on your computer, the save settings, and then load them the same way. And you can also, something new in this version, is you can export voxel stacks. There's also some program settings that you can set your defaults to, for images, settings, textures. Here is how you can change your UI skin. I like the dark. Again, some more settings for image. Let's see here. If you go to the view here, you can also enable some other docs. I'm showing statistics and info down here. Remove those. And then for some more information, give you about Mandelbulber and some of the other third-party software it uses. And as for basics, I would say that is a pretty good start. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. Until next time, this is Brad. Talk to you later. Bye.